again.
Gee.
Yeah. So, yeah. Hello and welcome to Let's Talk Spoop. I feel like the camera's still like now I feel like it's focused too much on you because it's showing like too much of that part of the room. Like it's just all
We
that
can
blank space.
adjust.
Yeah.
Mm,
Anyway,
Yeah. Like,
yeah, it's better. Okay. Hello and welcome to Let's Talk Spoop. I am your host, Dawn, and with me today is my beautiful and amazing wife, Adele. Adele, say hi.
oh,
So this is our second attempt at talking about In the Mouth of Madness because our first attempt I tried to use a two microphone setup and I messed it up horribly and Jeremiah couldn't fix it. But thank you for trying, Jeremiah. I appreciate it. Adele appreciates it. Uh-huh. So this is a start of a series where Adele and I are going to get drunk and talk about horror movies. We're starting with my favorite horror movies of all time, and then we'll probably branch out from there in the future. But Brian gave me this idea. He said he used to watch a guy who would do the same thing with they would open up a bottle of wine and talk about his favorite movies that his wife hadn't seen. And one of the joys of being married to somebody who didn't grow up in America is when I watch classic horror films, they're new to Adele,
mm,
which means they're new to me because I get to experience them again in a different way, which is really fun. It's really fun to watch a movie that way because I've seen so many. Oh, my collar is so messed up, baby. You let me be seen in public with my collar messed up like this. I know, right? Yeah, you realize I reflect on
mm-hmm.
you. Oh, what was I talking? Oh yeah,
Not
so
all time.
So I get to expose her to horror movies she hasn't seen before, and having grown up with horror movies, it's awesome because it's I get to see these classics in a new way. So a while back, Brian made a video where he talked about his favorite horror movie of all time, which was Signs, and I've been wanting to do something for my favorite horror movies. But the thing is I am a horror movie fanatic. So I don't have a favorite. I have three favorites, and it really depends upon my mood. But my three favorite horror movies are In the Mouth of Madness, which we're going to talk about today, Stir of Echoes with Kevin Bacon, and then another Sam Neill film, Event Horizon, with Sam Neill and Lawrence Fishburne. And I love all these movies, but they're very, very different because it depends upon what I'm feeling at that point in time. So Adele has already seen all three of these, but she doesn't remember them at all. So I'm forcing her to watch all three of them over again, and we're going to talk about them. That's essentially the gist of what's going on with all of this. But also as an added bonus, because Brian's favorite horror movie is Signs. We're also going to watch Signs and talk about that. And then maybe watch Gremlins. I think that's Jeremiah's favorite horror movie. I'll have to double check with him. But I think Gremlins is Jeremiah's favorite horror movie, which I wish we'd watched around Christmas time because that would have been fantastic. But it is what it is. Gremlins is really good. I might have to force you to watch that. But I
Sure.
think we're probably going to watch the M. Night Shyamalan, some more M. Night Shyamalan horror movies, probably. But we'll figure it out. Anyway, so we're going to talk about In the Mouth of Madness. And I'm sure y'all are tired of listening to me talk. So, Adele, oh, what are we drinking? So, I'm drinking Say's Rock Rye, which is a rye whiskey that we bought at Sam's Club. It is very good for a cheap Sam's Club rye whiskey. I have been drinking and probably will next time McGregor scotch, which is $15 a bottle at Sam's Club, and it comes in a plastic bottle, and it's fantastic. Adele is drinking Stella Rosa Red Berry.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what we're drinking today. We are going to attempt to make three recordings in a row. So right now, I'm pretty lucid. Adele's pretty lucid, although I have already had partaken. Adele's pretty lucid, but by the third one of these videos, we may be a little drunk, so we'll see what happens. Hmm.
But yeah, what happened?
Bay will happen. Yeah, that's probably true. Okay. So, my love, tell us about In the Mouth of Madness.
Here we go again. Yeah.
You gotta speak
Mouth of
up.
Madness.
I can barely hear you.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Tell me all about my favorite horror movie.
I don't know. I forget about the Mouth of Madness already, but I remember this guy who is like curious about a book,
Mm-hmm.
that the book caused the people become crazy, and they investigate and they go to the real place where the book stated, and then and he experienced a lot of extraordinary going on during those trip with a lady. What is the name of the lady?
Styles.
Styles.
Yeah. Who served no purpose. She was
Yeah,
just there.
yeah. And then he survived. He came back to the real world and bring the copy of that book again. And then he saw the monster in the big screen. I think.
Well, he sees the movie
Yeah,
of the story of what just happened.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's all I.
that's all you remember.
Yeah.
Well, I mean that is the general gist of it. Yeah, right. So
Mm,
at Sam Neill, which you can see him there. I have to point in the opposite direction.
there,
Yeah. No, other way.
there.
No,
Oh yeah,
a little further.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, so Sam Neill, you can see him on the the poster here. He plays an insurance investigator, and he's been hired to find Solomon Kane, which is a play on Stephen King, who's an amazing horror movie writer. And essentially, the insurance company is saying he's gone missing, and it's his job to find him. And so he starts putting together all the clues, and he figures out that he's at the place where the books take place, Hobbs and Maine, New Hampshire.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
Western.
somewhere in the Midwest,
Mm.
or it's not the Midwest, Jesus, somewhere in New England. Uh, um, and so he goes there and he's investigating, trying to find him, and then like the events from the books start happening. And there's like creepy kids and dogs and monsters and your favorite thing.
The old lady who spy his her husband,
Yep.
and then naked.
Yeah, see, you still remember. Yeah, so there's like the quintessential old lady from every movie ever. She played Adam Sandler's grandma in Happy Gilmore, like the quintessential old lady, sweet old lady. Uh she has her husband chained to her leg
I
and just
know.
dragging him around the house.
Poor guy.
Hmm. But yeah, so he goes there to investigate, and it turns out that Solomon Kane has been essentially communing, unbeknownst to himself until now. He's been communing with the old ones, and through his books is bringing back the old ones.
Yeah.
So, In the Mouth of Madness is John Carpenter's take on H.P. Lovecraft. Lovecraftian horror, which I'm sure you've heard the name, but you have no idea what it is. Brian actually has like an entire series on the channel. Brian, if you want to link that, an entire series on the channel where he reads H.P. Lovecraft and he talks about him. But H.P. Lovecraft, and he keeps telling me, Brian, can you also email me that? He keeps telling me about a really good YouTube channel he found where it's essentially audiobooks, so like the people are reading HP Lovecraft to you, because I've tried to read Lovecraft and I can't get into it. But Lovecraft is one of the American horror writers,
No.
right? Like him and Edgar Allan Poe are like the two most famous. But he wrote about everything that he has kind of links into the Necronomicon, which leads into the old ones, which are these creatures that have existed since time immemorial, and they are outside of space and time and cannot be described because they're so horrific that it would destroy your mind to see them, which is what we kind of saw in the Mouth of Madness.
Mm.
But yeah, so this is his take on that. This is one of John Carpenter's three, his Apocalypse trilogy is what it's called. So he made three movies that if they happened, they would be the end of the world,
Oh
right?
wow.
In the Mouth of Madness was one of them because like it was the old ones coming back and destroying the world. And then the other two are The Thing, which is about like an alien creature. Have you ever seen The Thing?
Mm,
Oh, maybe we'll watch The
no.
Thing. Hmm. Anyway, The Thing is about like an alien creature that they find in Antarctica that has the ability to like mimic humans.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it's
can
it's
see.
it's, it's really good. We're probably gonna have to watch The Thing. We'll do that on another one of these. I think we'll
Mm-hmm.
get drunk and talk about it. It'll be great. Anyway, The
Mm-hmm.
Thing, and then his other one is Prince of Darkness, which I personally am not a big fan of. Jeremiah is also not a big fan of it. He's seen it as well, but it's like essentially they find the statue that may or may not have Satan inside of it, and they accidentally unleash Satan essentially on Earth.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so those are his horror or his apocalypse trilogy, and my favorite one is In the Mouth of Madness. I absolutely love this movie. What did you think? What are
That's
your
good.
thoughts? It was good. Can you be more descriptive?
No, it's um good, unpredictable. Like they are like you cannot predict what happens next because yeah.
So you liked that it was unpredictable,
Mhm.
but you probably didn't like unhappy ending.
Yeah.
Yeah, Adele doesn't like unhappy endings in horror movies. This is the thing I learned years ago. But if a movie ends and it's not like the good guys win, the bad guys lose, Adele doesn't appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Supposed to be it's happy ending.
it's supposed to be it's a happy.
Yeah.
Yep. But she overall liked it. Spoiler alert for a movie that came out in I want to say '89. It doesn't have a happy ending. But like I said, this is one of my three favorite horror movies of all time. Do you have anything else you want to tell the internet at large?
That's a good movie.
It's a good movie.
Hmm.
All right, well that's good.
Yeah.
Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, especially if you want to see more of my beautiful wife on here, because she's only gonna show up if you tell her that you appreciate seeing her. So you have to let me know in the comments that my wife
Oh,
is beautiful and that you want to see her as much as possible. And
mm,
yeah,
thank you.
okay, thanks. Bye.